Aaryan, directed by Praveen K., is a crime thriller that tries to blend elements of suspense, morality, and psychological depth into one gripping narrative. Starring Vishnu Vishal, Selvaragavan, and Shraddha Srinath, the film opens with an intriguing setup that immediately captures the audience's attention. The story begins with a shocking live television broadcast, where Alagar, played by Selvaragavan, a disillusioned writer, takes over a TV studio and commits a chilling act that sets off a chain of murders. The police force, led by DCP Nambi, portrayed by Vishnu Vishal, steps in to investigate what appears to be a string of random killings. However, as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that the murders are anything but random. They are part of a well-planned sequence tied together by an unsettling motive that challenges both morality and justice. The film's strength lies in its premise, which dares to present a killer who operates beyond conventional logic. The idea that someone who is already presumed dead continues to influence events adds an element of mystery and eeriness to the plot. Vishnu Vishal brings a sense of realism and restraint to his role as a determined yet emotionally burdened cop. His portrayal of DCP Nambi strikes the right balance between vulnerability and authority, especially as the investigation begins to blur the line between justice and revenge. On the other hand, Selvaragavan delivers one of his finest performances as the antagonist Alagar. His calm yet menacing demeanor and the psychological complexity he brings to the role make him the most memorable presence in the film. Shraddha Srinath, though limited in screen time, adds emotional weight where the story demands it. Technically, Aaryan scores well. The cinematography complements the grim tone of the narrative, with shadow-heavy frames and atmospheric lighting that create a sense of foreboding throughout. Gibran's background score is another highlight, enhancing tension in crucial scenes without overwhelming them. The editing, especially in the second half, becomes tighter, giving the story a faster rhythm as the investigation moves toward its climax. There are moments where the film succeeds in delivering genuine thrills, especially when the detective work and the killer's mind games intersect. The second half picks up momentum, offering some well-executed twists that keep viewers invested in uncovering the truth. However, Aaryan is not without flaws. Despite its strong setup and promising first act, the screenplay begins to falter midway. The investigation sequences, though engaging initially, lose their sharpness as repetitive dialogues and predictable patterns set in. The writing tries hard to make a profound statement about justice and morality, but the message feels forced rather than organically woven into the plot. The justification for the murders, when finally revealed, lacks the philosophical depth it aims for, making the climax feel underwhelming. Critics have pointed out that while the film wants to be a psychological study of a criminal mind, it often falls back on formulaic tropes of the genre. Another noticeable shortcoming is the inconsistency in pacing. After a gripping first half, the narrative slows down in the middle, with a few scenes that feel stretched or unnecessary. Some logical loopholes in the plot also reduce its impact. There are moments that require the audience to suspend disbelief a little too much, weakening the credibility of the story. The emotional connection between characters, particularly the cat-and-mouse dynamic between Nambi and Alagar, could have been explored with greater depth. Despite this, the film redeems itself slightly through its strong performances and technical finesse. In the end, Aryan emerges as a mixed bag. A film with a compelling idea and a handful of standout moments that ultimately fall short of greatness due to uneven writing and a morally confused climax. It is the kind of movie that keeps you hooked with its mystery but leaves you unsatisfied once the truth is out. For audiences who enjoy slow burn thrillers and can overlook narrative imperfections, Aryan remains a watchable experience. Vishnu Vishal and Selvaragavan make it worth the time, but one cannot help feeling that the potential of such a promising premise was only partially realized. Aryan is intriguing, ambitious, and atmospheric, yet it stops just short of being the intense psychological thriller it sets out to be.
Hope you like the video. See you with another interesting video. Bye then, signing off from Black and Blank.